Hi everyone, welcome to the Uncrowned Diaries. This is an introduction to a set of videos I created for anyone going through the pageant circuit. Specifically, I myself am going through Miss Universe Canada as a finalist for 2025, and I thought it would be worth it to create a set of diaries in real time as I'm going through the pageant, exploring different sections, different experiences, different parts of the journey, all the way from signing up, the very first interviews that you have, to the time you get accepted as one of the finalists, and then actually preparing and what that journey looks like. Along the way, I found that there's a lot of ups and downs. It is a very rewarding journey. I consider it a part of self-development in many ways, but I think it's also important to understand that there will be challenges. There will be setbacks. There will be times where you're like, why did I get myself into this? What was I thinking? And then there are other times where you're like, this is the most amazing thing ever, and I'm so glad I'm participating. But I thought it would be worthwhile to just share some of my experiences along the way. And my experiences, although they are my personal lived experiences, they are similar challenges that are shared by many of the delegates who go not only into Miss Universe, but any of the other pageant circuits as well. Everything from preparing the dress, your mental health, your physical health, knowing how to balance everything that needs to get done, the fundraisers, the humanitarian projects, deciding the dresses, and weighing out the personal challenges, the costs of doing things, learning how to ask for things. All of these different elements that go into pageantry can be really daunting, especially if you're a first timer. And I thought that it would be a great way to pay it forward, because when I first started, some of the experiences I went through felt like it was just me going through it, and it felt really difficult at times. What I'm hoping this will do is help give others an understanding that yes, some of the experiences you will go through and challenges will be unique to yourself, but there are other girls going through similar experiences and challenges, and together you come out stronger on the other side if you are mentally prepared for it, if you've got the right mindset going into it. I do hope that the series of videos will be a support system for you when things get tough. Scroll over to the section or to the topic that perhaps is something that you're finding a challenge, and give it a listen. See if it's something similar to what you're going through. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but I do hope that by sharing my experiences, it will grow and other pageant girls will share their experiences. Many have, by the way. Mine's not a unique first time ever sharing my experience, but what it really does when you're doing it in live time as opposed to in hindsight or retrospect, you can share the emotions as we go along this journey. The way I've broken it up is I've got the emotional prep and your identity before the pageant. Before you get into the pageant in the first place, your why are you getting into it, and what do you hope to get out of it and hope to contribute by participating in it. The next category is the performance, the pressure, and your inner voice. This has to do with more of the inner work that you have to go through. Sometimes as you're going through the pageant, it's a process of self-discovery. As you're going through each of the challenges, you will have to do that inner work. Just different videos that kind of tackle that particular category. The third one is your validation and vulnerability. For some people, they overshare. For other people, they don't share enough. For some, they struggle in finding their voice, and sometimes you feel that you have to look a certain way or behave a certain way or have a certain value system or find specific things important because that's what other people are finding important. And some of those things are true, and some of the things you do have to be knowledgeable about. You don't have to be passionate about it, but you do have to be knowledgeable about it. And other things, you should make it your own. Learning how to make it your own and finding that validation for who you are, not looking externally for certain validation as well. Just all the bits and pieces that go into that. The fourth section is grounding, reclaiming, and reflecting. Over here, I talk about what you will get out of the pageant and what you won't. what you can expect to get, and what you, if you're going in with a certain set of expectations or ideals, I'm here to clarify those for you so that you don't come out disappointed. Many of the girls go in with an all or nothing deal, that either I win this thing or I don't, or they go in with the alternative, I'm just going to do this for fun. And this section is more about being intentional and knowing what your value system is, how to, regardless of how the pageant turns out for you, whether you win, whether you don't win, there's only one crown. Essentially, at the end of the day, that makes it a very difficult journey for many if they set their sights on one specific thing, as opposed to what the journey can bring you. We cover that as well. And lastly is just a little toolkit I put together specific to Miss Universe Canada, because I tackle some of the different categories, like the humanitarian project or the national costume or your sponsorship strategy or your social media strategy. This is just a little toolkit I put together. Again, collectively, I hope that this set of 27 videos in total will just help you understand the journey that lies ahead, or while you're going through it, be a support system for you. Some people have a great support system, lots of pageant sisters. For others, it's the first time, so they may not know who to reach out to, or the individuals that are in their corner may not know how to offer them support if they don't have experience in pageant world themselves. So hopefully, by going through this, you will feel more supported. You will be able to get yourself into the right mindset, the winning mindset, so that regardless of the outcome, you come out a winner. You come out someone who is better for going through the pageant. All right, so welcome to the Uncrowned Diaries.